Hey y'all, let's talk real quick about me and about you and about D2. I'm going for more of a informal vibe today, if that's okay. I think it's no secret that we're in a really weird place with D2 right now. And I know you didn't ask, but at the moment, here's how I currently feel. I'm really looking forward to Renegades in December because it looks kinda awesome in my opinion. But until that point, until Renegades gets here, I'm kinda taking it nice and chill. And I really hope that is okay with all of you guys. I wanna make it clear I'm not going anywhere. At least I don't plan on going anywhere. But while we wait for new content in Renegades, I've been branching out a little bit. Been playing and covering other games that managed to catch my attention here and there. Helldivers, Monster Hunter Wilds, and most recently Battlefield have all been a blast to play and cover. But like always, if there's something new going on in D2, of course I'm gonna hop on and give it a whirl. For example, the launch of Ashen Iron or the Epic Raid, which I managed to nail on contest mode, by the way, with a really fun team of guys I met on Twitter, if you can believe that. Shout out to Team Wumbo. But if there isn't a lot going on in D2, yeah, trying to not really push myself lately until Renegades gets here. Same story on Twitch with my live streams too, which has actually been a lot of fun. We've hit up some big releases you might expect, Borderlands 4, Battlefield 6, but Twitch chat also twisted my arm into trying out a game called Date Everything, which is maybe the most absurd and great game I've played in my entire life, and other games that really have just taken me by surprise with either how fun and challenging they are, or just how randomly insane they are. Side note, by the way, if you're ever free during the day on either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, and you got nothing going on, swing by the Twitch channel. Would love to chat with you as I argue for the 900th time with my beloved community about what is better, pancakes or waffles. The answer is pancakes, by the way. And shout out to Nerd Nation. Love all of you guys. Oh, and if you're curious, of course the weekly Xur videos will continue. For now, anyway. Mainly because it's kinda tradition at this point, but also full disclosure because of my continued partnership for the time being with Starforge. And by the way, they're not sponsoring today's video, so I don't need to say this, but for the record, God, I love that freaking company. Honestly, man, one day, hopefully years from now when I'm retired, knock on wood, maybe I'll do like a tell-all and share stories with you guys about all the weird behind-the-scenes moments I've had with collaborating with companies and being at capture footage gaming events and all that. But seriously though, goddamn man, Starforge has been the best by a mile. They're just great. They sent me a rig that could probably power up Mechagodzilla for at least 5 full minutes. I'm kind of rambling right now, sorry about that. But the TLDR is, I'm experimenting a little bit with both my content and my workflow and my life. And I really just hope that's okay with you guys. My YouTube videos, my streams on Twitch, and the community I've built over the years really means everything to me. So just thank you. Thank you for all of that, truly. And I'm not going anywhere. D2 coverage will be there if I feel like I've got something I really, truly want to cover or share with you guys. And other than that, let's just have fun until Renegades gets here. And on that note, and before things get too mushy, why don't we talk about Festival of the Lost? You ever been cooking a big dinner for a lot of people and it's taken longer than you expected and you're like, oh man, they're probably really hungry, so you give them some crackers just to hold them over a little bit until dinner is done? That's kind of what Festival of the Lost feels like right now, which I genuinely think is a really fair comparison because I don't think anyone out there truly was expecting or under the impression that Festival of the Lost was gonna save Destiny or anything like that. It's just kind of here to hold us over for a little bit while we continue to wait for Renegades. If you didn't know, activity-wise, Haunted Lost Sectors are out this year, which I'm happy about because I was getting pretty bored with them. Instead, we now have a 6-player activity called Haunted Altars of Sorrow, which is, you guessed it, basically a Halloween-themed Altar of Sorrow. But we also have, believe it or not, a Festival of the Lost PvP game type called Red Rumble. It's regular free-for-all, but there's also a big headless one just randomly patrolling the PvP map. If you damage him a lot, he'll start to drop motes, which you can pick up, and they contribute to your score. So the end result is you kind of have to be focused on killing other players, but you also have to keep an eye on the headless one, because if he starts to get weak, someone may try to finish him off for a lot of points. If you didn't know, you can actually queue into Red Rumble with your friends, which some people understandably won't care about, but I kind of like. Anyway, loot-wise, it seems that Bungie really took note about how much players liked the Solstice event not too long ago, which was basically raining tier 5 loot on players the entire time, even if your power level was kind of low. It is the same story now in Festival of the Lost. Basically, every time I completed an activity, it was a loot bonanza. Ascendant shards, prisms, tier 5 armor, and tier 5 weapons galore after finishing either game type. And by the way, if you want to get Festival of the Lost weapons, but you don't want to grind Haunted Altars of Sorrow or Red Rumble, Bungie has made it known that any portal activity has a high chance to drop Festival of the Lost bonus engrams. With all the changes they've made to the portal lately and the Festival of the Lost drop rates, I'd say that if you feel like hopping on to get some basically free tier 5 loot while you wait for Renegades, might as well. Loot-wise, specifically, we've got the Hushed Whisper bow, the Arcane Embrace shotgun, and the Gunburn SMG. I'll be honest, I don't really care about the bow that much. I'm just not a huge bow guy, but the shotgun does have interesting potential. 4th times the charm and precision instrument should be a fun combo, and aggregate charge would also be a very cash option for PvE. But the Gunburn SMG is probably my current favorite of the bunch. It has the always fun kinetic tremors, not to mention lead from light, but also the weird/great combo of bewildering bursts and ancillary ordnance. If I could only get one to drop with all 4, well, hot damn, that'd be pretty effing great. Sadly though, a lot of the really cool stuff in Festival of the Lost is, where else? The Eververse. We got some great masks and a great ghost shell, and I think all 3 of the spooky themed outfits are insanely good this year. Warlocks get Slenderman, Titans get Jason Voorhees, and the Hunter set is apparently based off La Llorona, a thing I wasn't really aware of and probably butchered just now, but again, undoubtedly awesome. And I really wish there was a way to make it so that these were earnable strictly through gameplay. Now, technically, you can get them with Bright Dust, meaning you can get them through just general gameplay alone. But I think it would have been way cooler to unlock through straight up in-game challenges related to Festival of the Lost. Just one man's opinion. And yeah, I know, scorching hot take. Also, to go back to something I said in a video not too long ago, Bungie, if you're listening, I again have to mention that we really gotta make sure that new content coming out is tested hardcore for major game ruining problems. If you didn't know, there's been a glitch in Festival of the Lost, not for everybody, but for some players, where you can straight up get soft locked in Haunted Altars of Sorrow by apparently damaging the final boss too quickly. I had a bunch of people in my Twitch chat who were actually looking forward to hopping into the new activity, but just kind of got frustrated and tapped out when they got soft locked multiple times by that glitch. And while there is good news in that you can apparently get around that issue, it's still not great. And goddamn man, I really just don't want stuff like that happening when Renegades drops, like at all. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There you go, Festival of the Lost 2025. I'll probably hop on a little bit, do a little grinding, get my power up a wee bit, get some god rolls, and then just keep doing what I've been doing. Chilling, gaming, and maybe being bold enough to try and spread my wings a little bit if the mood strikes me. Ring the notification bell and subscribe for more content. Thank all of you for being you. Mad love from me, truly. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.